He slapped two of the guys hard on the head. Two loud bangs rang out the next second, and their heads exploded like watermelons. The remaining two individuals instinctively tried to step back, but the blonde man caught them and crushed their skulls with his bare hands. It was bloody, cruel, and savage. Onlookers felt their scalps tingling with horror. Attack together. Kill him. Clement's face darkened. He immediately ordered his disciples to take action. Attack. Over 100 disciples of Royal Valor shouted angrily and launched a coordinated assault. Grinning, the blonde man slightly bent his legs and jumped off the ground. Boom. The ground exploded, and a pit formed. Like a bullet fired from a gun, the blonde man directly landed in the crowd. Wherever he went, bodies were strewn across the ground, drenched in blood. Anyone blocking his path was brutally crushed by his unstoppable force. Ha ha ha! The blonde man laughed wildly, growing more excited as he killed the disciples. He was like a ferocious beast unleashed from its cage. The Royal Valor disciples were like lambs waiting to be slaughtered. They couldn't fight back at all. Beast! Stop this madness. Seeing more than half of his disciples dead or injured, Clement could no longer contain his anger. He shouted furiously and leaped up, delivering a full-force palm strike to the back of the blonde man. Boom! A muffled sound echoed. The blonde man's body trembled slightly, but then he casually turned his head. There was a hint of disdain on his face. How is that possible? Clement's eyelid twitched, and his face paled with horror. The opponent had taken his full-force palm strike directly without the slightest injury. Was this guy even human? Go to hell! Clement gritted his teeth and forcefully delivered a powerful kick to the blonde man's head. Boom! Another muffled sound rang out. The blonde man's head only turned to the side slightly, then quickly returned to its original position, completely unharmed. Clement was terrified by the scene. Cold sweat began to drip down his forehead. You weakling! The blonde man smirked and threw a light punch. Clement closed his eyes and instinctively raised his arms to block the attack. Boom! A loud explosion reverberated. Clement's arm instantly fractured, and his entire body was sent flying over 10 meters before crashing heavily into a tree. Blood spewed from his mouth. What? Witnessing this scene, everyone was dumbfounded. No one could have imagined that Clement, the esteemed guild master of Royal Valor, who was halfway to becoming a grandmaster, couldn't withstand a single punch from the blonde man. What the hell was this creature? Terrified, the crowd scattered in all directions, not daring to get close. Who are you? Both astonished and scared, Clement laid helplessly on the ground. There was only one possibility for the person to defeat him with just one move. He must be a formidable grandmaster. I am from the Hall of Gods, bestowed with the name Rhys, the blonde man proudly declared. The Hall of Gods from Struqua? You're the god of war, Rhys. Everyone was shocked at his introduction. The Hall of Gods was the most prestigious martial organization in Struqua. It was home to numerous formidable individuals, each with their own unique abilities and talents. Any one of them can wreak havoc wherever they go, not to mention those who were bestowed with divine titles. They were truly unmatched powerhouses. Take the current figure, Rhys, the god of war, for example. In Dragonmarsh, he would be considered a martial arts grandmaster and would stand out as one of the best among the grandmasters. An existence like him could easily overpower not just Royal Valor alone, but even if all 8 sects joined forces, they would still be unable to stand against him. However, Clement didn't understand why a top-tier powerhouse from the Hall of Gods suddenly appeared in Swinton. Also, why did he unleash such a merciless onslaught against the disciples of Boulderthorn?